Good game, buddy.
Yeah, man. Good game.
What's wrong?
I'm just in a bit of a tough spot. I've got a really tricky decision to make, and I'm afraid of making the wrong one.
Well, man, that's really understandable. Everyone has to make tough decisions every now and again, and, if you don't make it, unfortunately, the decision will probably make itself, and you're not going to like the result. So, what's going on? Maybe I can help. What's the decision?
Well, Hall's getting healthier, and we are so deep. I just don't know if I should play the former league MVP on the third line or the fourth line. What do you think? Shout out to ChristianMan48 on the Discord for giving me that skit idea. I got a good chuckle out of it. Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team, that is a dub against a high quality team. Against a team that had been playing the best over the last month. I mean, the Wild are on a heater. 7-0-3 in their last 10, 11-0-3 in their last 14. The last time they lost in regulation was February 15th. That's over a month ago. That's pretty good. It shot them to second place in the Central Division. I don't know how getting 25 out of 28 points doesn't launch you higher in the West than second. They must have been back a little ways. But that's a fantastic run. They have a bunch of injuries, but they just keep winning. And then the Boston Bruins, on the fourth game of their road trip, walk into town and just out of here. That's not true. This was a hell of a game, and the Wild are a very good team. Clearly a very good team, and we didn't even get them at full strength. They should feel pretty proud of what they did through this last 60 minutes. Just fantastic. Fantastic. But we won, so, They are the third best team at keeping the puck out of the net. Very good defensively. Now, offensively, they do struggle a bit, though. And if you're also missing Kaprizov, there's going to be more issues with that. They have decent special teams. Top 10 on the power play. Upper half of the league on the penalty kill. So there are no slouches there. They are missing Kaprizov, Brodin, Duhaime, Foligno, and Middleton. It also listed Nyquist, but Nyquist has been out all season. They just got him, even because he might come back for the playoffs, I guess. I think that's right. Or does he come back next year? I don't actually know for that one. I don't feel like good enough. Gustafsson has been incredible. I had him on fantasy for like 2 weeks as like a streamer and dropped him like a moron. But he has been posting a .931 save percentage over the 31 games that he has played. Those, if he had 10 more starts and, I don't know, maybe a little more puck luck, that guy, yeah, he'd be in the Vezina conversation for sure. He might already sort of be in there. This game would not help, though. We did beat them 4-3 in October. That doesn't mean anything because that was 5 months ago. That's a different team. For us, Olmark gets to start. Hall is skating. We have video of Hall skating. Gotta wonder how... He certainly turned out of surgery, right? At this point, we have to assume. You gotta wonder how ready he is going to be when the playoffs come around. And you're hoping he's as ready as possible. But I doubt we see him this year without him working through an injury. Like, if he returns, he's probably working through something when he returns. But it's nice to see him skating again. Foligno, obviously still out. We haven't seen him skating. Forbort, after blocking that shot the other game, he was in a boot following the game in Winnipeg. Which, by the way, Winnipeg and then Minnesota, two solid teams. One of them desperate for the win, being in a wild card spot, but a solid team, solid goaltending, nice top six. And then to go to Minnesota and win both those games. This road trip looks a hell of a lot different. Hell of a lot different. Anyway, of course, Forbort is not in the lineup. We do not have an update on his exact timeline right now. I guess they had some more imaging done on the leg today. Clifton would be back in. He would be on the third pair with Orlov. The top pair being Grizz McAvoy and then Lindholm Carlo. I thought this was one of the better games the six defensemen have had in a while. Obviously, still some things to clean up, but it's hockey. There always are. Once again, I'm going to mention Short Shift Podcast. It's great. Check it out. The Discord Twitter, links are below. Check it all out. There's Instagram, the Patreon. We're finally putting some work in. We're going to have some ideas for that. And we're going to figure out when we can implement them. But we're going to get stuff going there so it actually has bonus content and stuff like that. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's talk about this game. Puck drops! And the Bruins look great to start. We look so good to start. Although they do get kind of like a breakaway right away. But Olmark's first save is an Eriksson Ek behind the defense. Gets it with the pad. We were never worried. We were never a little bit worried. But we're midway through the first, and the Bruins have been dominating. Just dominating. But Gustafsson's been really good, not letting one in. And after another lengthy shift in their zone, Minnesota starts a breakout. We get caught high in their zone, so it's kind of an odd number. It looks like it's going to be a 3-on-2. But Boldy and Carlo are tied up in the neutral zone, and Boldy does this move. Look, the play happens, and I'm not going to begrudge it too much, but he kind of grabs Carlo and just moves with his arm and shoves him back, and then continues towards the offensive zone, meaning Carlo's now behind him. Basically shoves him, grabs him, shoves him, and then keeps moving, so it's a 3-on-1 with Lindholm playing in the middle of that pyramid. Not superb, but it's fine. So Boldy's going to continue down to the right. Eriksson Ek's going to fill in at the top of the pyramid, and Johansson's going to have the puck down on the left side. He's going to feed up to Eriksson Ek. Carlo is right behind him. He's going to crash into him, but it also freezes Lindholm because he isn't really aware that Carlo is going to get back into this play, so he takes a step towards that pass as well. Unfortunately, somehow the puck bounces in the right direction for Eriksson Ek to not only take that contact and keep the puck, but be able to feed Boldy, who is to the left of Olmark, who is then going to fling it across the crease to Johansson for a tap-in, and it is 1-0. After such a good start, and for the rest of the period, they would mostly be the better team, meaning the Wild. They turn it on after that point. Marchand is going to go for tripping just about a minute later, and I was heated for a second because it was another PK meltdown. It gives Dumba a wide open chance from the slot because no one's covering right in front of Olmark. No one's taking care of the front of the net. And he's going to go 5-hole and beat Olmark. Turns out they review the play. He's offsides by a mile. Way offsides. Wave it away. And that is one of those offsides where I'm like, good. It's 10, 15 seconds after they came in. There's no possession for the defense before they're able to score. That is the way the offsides, to me, should be utilized. So it's going to stay 1-0. And then with 1:22 left of the period, it's excellent puck possession by Marchand and Bergeron as lines are switching player by player. And DeBrusk's going to be the last guy getting off our bench coming into the offensive zone. And Bergeron's going to have it down in the left corner. They've won the puck. They keep the puck. They see DeBrusk. Bergeron launches it to him as he's coming into that slot. He's going to collect and bury this high glove. A perfect shot. He's been the best finisher on the top line for a little while now. And it is 1-1. And we're going to go to the intermission, to the locker room, 1-1. After a period where you started hot, but the Wild really brought it to you. They really, really did. And second period starts. Hathaway and Shaw are going to go for roughing right in the beginning there. The 4v4 is a little touch and go. The Wild are better. And then the Bruins just lock it in. They completely lock it in, and they start swarming. And that really wouldn't end all game. We do get outshot in the third, but this team really started winning their matchups all over the ice. 4:51 in, Hathaway leaves a dent in Addison. Merrill gets upset about it and gives him a nice swipe. The refs audaciously call it slashing. I couldn't believe this call. That play happens 60 times a damn game. Player just like lays a big hit and another guy kind of hits him in the knee a little bit. Not in the knee, but you know what I mean. That was a swipe. I can't believe they called it. But our power play is butt cheeks. So who cares? Off we go. 8:07 left. Merrill to the box again. This time for a more legitimate taking down of Freddie. It was a high stick. We're going to the power play. We set up. We do the same thing we always do. Pasta's over in his office. Lindholm's up at the top of the point. He's going to send it right down to Pasta. But Pasta changes something ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. He is going to move towards the slot. He's not just going to load up and smash it. And as he moves toward the slot, the guy who's ready for that one-timer is hesitant to go with him, which opens a lane and a hard wrister just under the glove of Gustafsson, gets in. It's 2-1 on a power play goal. Gorgeous. It was movement. It was movement all along. Who could have fucking guessed? I don't know. How many fans of the Bruins are there? All of them guessed it. They all figured out what was wrong with the power play. Movement. Move your damn feet. Move your damn feet. Move your damn feet. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But here's the bummer. 10:06 left shortly. We're like a minute after that goal is scored. Maybe not even that. One of the worst turnovers I've ever seen from McAvoy. The Wild are in transition. They have a shot blocked. It goes to the corner. Boldy tries a no-angle shot. It bounces off the net, and McAvoy collects it. And then tries to pass, like off of the ice, tries to whip it, clear it, past Johansson. And he just gloves this down. It was right at him. And just poof, knocks it down, collects it, flings it to Boldy! Underneath the net, and he's going to swipe around and go far side on Ullmark, find some space. I'm not even sure how this got in the net, but it's 2-2. Right after we scored, it's 2-2. And I'm pissed. And they're going to review it for offsides again. And while the puck is airborne, you can see it clear as day on the picture, airborne above the blue line, their player is over the line. They wave it off now. It's not a goal. Bullshit. That should be a goal all day. I can't say it one way when it benefits the Bruins and then another way when it benefits our opposition. If the defense has a chance to make a play on the puck, they have full possession, and then they turn it over, that should negate the offsides. It should. Just like if a player keeps the puck and brings it back into their zone while the other team is offsides, boom, the offsides is negated. If I'm stuck in the offensive zone and they cleared it and I'm offsides and their team decides to bring it back in the zone and I force a turnover and score, that's legal. But for some reason, if we go into the zone and then, we go into the zone offsides and then they have the puck and they give the puck right back to me, for some reason, that is offsides. I don't like it. I don't like the way that rule works. Anyway, we deserve to get scored on there. We're lucky to not get scored on there because they were offsides. They were offsides by whatever. It's fine. Like I'm bitter about not being scored on here because I think the rule's stupid. 8:46 left. Zacha for slashing. Going to the penalty kill. We kill it. And then 5:57 left. It's an absolute clinic. Krejci to Pasta to Zacha. All playing keep away up and down that left wall. They're just cycling. And they're moving their feet. And they always have a body on them, but they're strong. They're keeping the puck. They're keeping possession. And it is going to peak with a Krejci attempted pass, behind the back pass that gets deflected back towards the left wall. Zacha rushes in to collect, has two guys on him, and somehow manages to swipe this across to Krejci, who is now in the slot. And he's not going to shoot. He's going to see McAvoy, who's there for a backdoor tap-in, and tries to feed it. And Johansson puts a stick down the ice. Block that, bitch. Problem is, you blocked it right in your own net. What is the thing with ex-Bruins scoring on their teams for the Bruins this season? We've seen it from Tenorti. We've seen it from Johansson. We've seen it from... Shoot, there was a big one that I really can't... Oh, Lauzon. It's been awesome. It's been so fun for me. It's 3-1. And with 5:34 left, Goligoski's going to go for tripping. The crowd is going nuts because they feel like the refs are favoring the Bruins. It's drawn by Marchand. No dice once again. I still think the power play is not moving enough and they're bad. 2:04 left. Walker gets obliterated by Lindholm. It is a cross-check all day. And it's right into the boards. You could argue boarding here. You really could. But it's going to be cross-checking. We're going to the penalty kill. And with 1:27 left of the period, Orlov sends it over the glass. And so we're going to have 1 minute and 24 seconds of 5v3, which we kill off. We kill an entire, almost 1.5 minutes of 5v3 expertly. Fantastically. Didn't even require some crazy save by Ullmark. And that right there, you're up 2 goals and you crush a 5-on-3. That's the game. That is the game. If you're a Wild fan and you're frustrated, I get it. That was a good effort, spoiled by a couple bad bounces. Like, that game could have gone very differently. But that's the moment I look at and go, you're down by a couple of goals. You've had a couple calls not go your way. You got to sink one here. And you never really even had that big of a chance at it. That's that's on the team who had that advantage. You've heard me say about the Bruins where they spoil 5-on-3s. Like, you can't let that opportunity go. Not in a league like this. Not in a league like this. Anyway, it's going to be 3-1 to finish the period. We do get to have a little minor heart attack because McAvoy blocked a shot, was shaking his hand, went to the room early, but he would return for the third, and hopefully there's no further news about that. Still, have 33 seconds left of the 5-on-4 to kill. We kill it. 5 minutes in, there's a 2-on-1 for the Wild, and Olmark comes up huge with a blocker save. You'll love to see that. 7:09 in, DeBrusk for slashing. Going to go the penalty kill. And unfortunately, 8 seconds into their power play. The Wild win the draw. Carlo goes way too high, chasing up that right wall. I have no idea what he was thinking here. But it leads to them just being able to pump the puck down. Someone else gets to come in and grab it. Gaudreau gets to come in and grab it off that right wall. And he's got a 2-on-1. Gets to fling it across the crease to Sundqvist, who taps it in backdoor. 3-2 power play goal. I have no idea what Carlo was thinking here. When Carlo makes a mistake, man, it ends in the back of the net. The guy has the worst luck in the whole league at making a mistake and it not ending up in his net. I don't think that's actually true, but he fuck, man, when he messes up, it's bad. 7:38 left. This was a play that everyone on the ice should be proud of. Orlov blocks a shot and immediately starts skating the puck up towards space. He takes the red line, dumps it into the right corner, and we're going to pursue that. Marchand pressures the Wild defender, whips it around the boards. DeBrusk is there to disrupt the other defender, and he's going to win that puck battle, more or less, just to bump the puck up a little bit to Orlov, who's there in support. He never stops skating. Then Orlov is going to shove it farther down the wall, and then DeBrusk is going to take a hit to shove it farther down the wall. And then Marchand is going to get behind the net with that puck, and he sees Bergeron coming in the slot, screaming through. And it's a tape to tape, and Bergie just gets to go high blocker, and it's 4-2. Game, right? And for those of you who do listen to the Short Shift podcast, you'll know that 4-2 was my pick for that game, my prediction for that game. But the double points on that gets spoiled because with 3 minutes left, Gustafsson gets pulled, and Freddie, who is the only one, everyone else, Pasta had a chance, Krejci had a chance, everyone else is playing with the puck. Freddie just, as soon as he had a chance to shoot, shot. And it goes in. It's 5-2. Addison's going to get called for a high sticking with 6 seconds left, which is, I mean, I don't even know why you call that. Just let that go. That's so weird. But we're going to get the win, 5-2 against a good Wild team. And that's a really good win. This road trip, after a Red Wings loss, a Chicago loss, and we're sitting there going, what the fuck? Especially both in regulation. Brutal. And then you go to Winnipeg against a desperate Winnipeg team, and you handle them. And then you go to Minnesota, and you handle them. And again, these were good games. They could have gone either way. It's hockey, but you did what you had to do to win. This road trip just looks a lot different. And it's clear that when the Bruins are playing teams that, I'm not going to say they respect, but that are a little higher in the standings, they play a little harder. I think that's pretty obvious at this point. The game notes are simple. The third line, fantastic. Bertuzzi, Coyle, Freddie. Tremendous. And they're not capitalizing on a lot of their chances, but they are so good. So good. So there's a real question brewing. Where does Hall really return to? And I know it's the left side of Coyle and Bertuzzi goes right and Freddie gets dropped, but I don't know if that's the right decision right now, and that's something I'm keeping my eye on. Another thing I'm keeping my eye on, and another game note, is Orlov-Clifton was a really good pair. A really, really good pair. And the way we saw Lindholm and Clifton work so well together, you might kind of sit there and go, well, wait, Orlov on the left, Clifton on the right. Forbort, yeah, you're bumping Forbort out of the lineup, which not everybody loves, but that Grizz-Mack pairing you like. That Lindholm-Carlo pairing you like. I don't know. There's a real argument there. Now, obviously, I like Orlov-Mack more than I like Grizz-Mack, but if you want to spread the talent around more and have 3 really effective pairs, that's something you look at. And the final game note is Lauko is still not playing much. Got about 8 or 9 minutes, something like that. I wish I would utilize him more just to rest the top guys as much as possible. Lauko didn't have the same game that he had against Winnipeg. It wasn't as impressive, but certainly a guy that he just brings it every shift. And you kind of want to keep him around. Now, clearly, he still gets bumped when we're fully healthy, if Foligno and Hall come back. But I think he's been playing a hell of a game and deserves to continue seeing his ice time climb. I'd like to see him at the 10-11 minute mark. I really would. All right, guys, it does it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. We are back again tomorrow against a team that I haven't even looked ahead yet, so I don't even know who we're playing. But the road trip's becoming more fun, and we are starting to look more like the team we were. It's almost like every time we lose a couple, we start looking real good again, because that's how hockey works. I'm just saying. I watch us get absolutely trucked tomorrow, and then I have to panic again, like always. You'll have to see it. Go Bees. Go Bees!